everybody. It's November 3rd, and we are 2015, and this is our team call. And we are so excited. The first call of the month is to celebrate people who rank up. And a rank in Take Shape for Life is just a measurement of the amount of people, the number of people that we serve. And it's so fun because, again, we need that measurement. You know, the rank kind of helps us kind of go for something. But it's really our mission and our passion to serve somebody that is really why we're doing what we're doing, and tapping into that and staying connected to why we want to serve somebody. What is it that we have? It was really kind of cool. I was just talking to Kathy Sheldon, who has her first client tonight. And I was asking her, yeah, right? And so I says, okay, so where did it come from? And, you know, she said, well, do you want to share, Kathy, real quick? Just share where your first client came from. Okay, you got it.
Got it, yeah. And hi, Coach Julie. My friend Deborah and I, we've been friends since about 2001 and have both been fighting weight stuff together forever. And we actually did a 60-mile walk together to raise money for breast cancer research. And in our training and everything, we both still struggled to lose weight. So we fell out of touch, and actually just reaching out to her is getting me back in touch with her too. And we called her, I guess, Sunday night maybe? And she's ready to roll, so.
That's just so fun when you can help somebody who's been struggling, doing it with you, and you'll have a partner and changing both your lives. So
yeah, it's great.
It's really cool when you can get results yourself, but when you can help somebody else get results.
Yes.
Kathy, get ready.
Thanks.
Great feeling. So, and one thing before we get going here, I want to, the leadership call last night, listen to the playback, keep it in your phone so you can listen on the way, the playback number. It was really good. It talked about referrals, and the woman who shared last night, Miriam, she didn't say this, but she is a single mother of a grown handicapped child, to where she bathes him she bathes him. He can't go to the bathroom by himself. So she has zero freedom. She has and she's single, and so, but you never hear that in her conversation. It's only about how can I help others, and what a blessing she is. When I hear her and I think of her story and how the hardships she's had to overcome to get where she is. So listen to that. And the other thing I want y'all to listen to is, I posted in Team Palace a video from Jamil Frazier. It's an hour long, but that hour goes so fast. Like, do it while you're cleaning up something, and have a piece of paper handy, because it talks about his shifts along the way. And it talks about his struggle to overcome, like, the concept of money, the concept of bothering people, of selling something. It talks about all the concepts he's overcome. So look at that in Team Palace, a Jamil Frazier video. If you can't scroll down and find it, just let me know and I'll post it again. I thought it was really valuable. So, dang, we got Dee Corchin, Integrated National Director. This is a first in our team, and for the third month in a row. So, Dee, tell us about how it feels to just, overcome and climb that mountain. Tell me how. Where are you? Did she disappear? Did she drop? Okay, well then, Dee, we will have to, she even got so shy now, right? We still have blocks that get in the way. Are you back, Dee? All right, we'll come back to Dee. Nicole, would you introduce us to Isabel?
Absolutely. It's so fun as you grow your team, because you never know who comes along the way. And my great friend Sandra introduced me to Dima Rosello, who is the chiropractor in Sandy Springs. And Dima kept saying, I need Spanish-speaking health coaches. That's what I need. I'm going to look for them, and they have to be the exact right person. They have to have a heart of gold. They have to love people, but they have to speak Spanish. I'm like, that's a tall order, Dima. Like, I understand we live in Atlanta, but, so I would call her and send her someone. Nope, they're not the right one. They're not. She's very selective. So she was so excited when she met Isabel Camaro, and I'm so excited to introduce you. Isabel has been working with me here at Shine. She is a personal trainer and working here, mentoring and doing some observing and helping, and she does absolutely fit Dima's tall order. And so we just want to welcome her and give her just a second to share about her experience in coaching so far. She was a senior coach in her first month. So Isabel, take it away.
Oh, thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Perhaps you can. Okay. Thank you so much. You are awesome. It has been an absolute pleasure to be mentored by you and Dr. Dima. I've learned so much about nutrition and I love nutrition and health and fitness in general. So it has been a fun journey, and I can't imagine what's still coming ahead. And I wanted to say that it's not only I'm helping clients, yes, but how amazing that I'm helping myself too. Like, I'm learning how to eat better, and like it has been helpful for me as well, because I have to teach clients and I have to do what I'm telling them to do. And so it has been a challenge, but like a great challenge, because it's helping me grow, and I love it. And I still have a lot more to learn, but I'm excited about what's coming.
And tell us about your mom.
My mom, she lost 10 pounds the first week. The second and third week was not that, but I mean, it's understandable. She didn't lose as much weight.
You're doing great.
It was just the body, balancing and getting adjusted to the changes. But she looks great. She has a lot of inches.
Good.
So she's excited. So
exciting. It's definitely very difficult to help people who are used to eating tortillas for every meal. I don't know if you remember the story.
Oh, yeah.
We met the guy, the taxi cab driver, that told us that Juan Luis, remember, Susan? Yeah. And he said, and Terry was there, he was used to eat 30 tortillas a day, and now he only has 4.
That's funny.
So that's definitely a shift to eating 5 and 1.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So we'll welcome Isabel to the team. We're excited to see the months to come.
Thank you very much.
Congrats
You're
to you.
Awesome.
Great.
Thank you.
All right. Well, let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and just shift to Marcia. Would you introduce us to Lori? And Erica's not feeling well that she's on the line, but she's has a sore throat, so she can't talk. So go ahead and let's, Marcia, would you introduce us to Lori Bush?
Yes. Thank you, Susan. Yes, I know Erica's not feeling well, and she's still doing great. Lori Bush is a wonderful health coach. She's brought a wonderful member to our team. I'm so grateful to both of them. And so I'm so proud of Lori because she's a senior coach this month. She's been working very hard and diligently. And she now has a senior coach that she's going to introduce. Take it away, Lori.
Well, thank you so much. It's been an honor to work under Marcia and also under Susan. And it's also been an honor to, just be a part of a team and to get so many people healthier. And how much more can we do it when we're a team? That's where I'm excited. Thank you so much.
Nice.
And you've helped some people. You've helped your boss. You've inspired so many people. You keep you had your picture up on Facebook, and your suit was falling off you. You look so pretty. But I was like, is that her? You were just, right? And everyone was commenting, Lori, you look great. That suit's too big.
Yeah. They were telling me I need to give it away. I was like, oh, a couple years ago, it wasn't that way. It was very jam up on me. It was all tight and everything. But I thought I was doing good then, but I really wasn't.
And you've inspired others. You inspired your boss. Is that correct?
Correct. And it's been an honor to help my boss. How much more can you do that, to help your boss is amazing, and that he desires to get healthier. And he just basically came up to me and said, whatever you're doing, I want to do it. So that was an honor. I was so excited to even be able to be there, and still today to be there for him. And, the same.
That's great. It's very cool, Lori. Thank you so much. It's a lot of fun to work with you. And Erica will share next week because she's not feeling well. And so, all right. Well, Nicole, is Lori on the phone? Lori Hatchett, is she on the call?
I don't believe Lori was able to make the call, but I will just share a second about Lori. Again, you never know the people you're going to meet. And Joy Henson has a coach, Kristen Mallory, who wasn't able to make the call tonight. And Kristen invited her friend, who's a personal trainer, to one of our events at Shine. And her friend was like, I know who you need to talk to. I have this friend and who has been wanting me to be her personal trainer. You need to talk to her. And so now Lori Hatchett had a great weight loss story, had gained some weight back, and is now implementing the habits of health and really just offering a way. You know how it is when people say, well, what do you do to look so great? What have you done? And you're like, well, actually, I prep all my food on Sunday, and then I make 6 containers and store them in my fridge for each day and carry a cooler. And along with my 2 gallons of water, they're like, not going to do it. So somebody that can say, well, I got a health coach and I eat 5 easy meals and 1 meal a day. It's so easy. And I just lose weight. I feel great. Don't have any cravings. They're like, sign me up. So that's what's going on with Lori. And so hopefully we'll be able to meet her soon and allow Kristen to introduce her. But keep talking to people, because you just never know the people you're going to meet and the lives that they'll impact along the way.
Great. Thank you. Awesome. So true. All right. Well, I think we're good. Let's see. Michael's not on. And Courtney. Is Courtney? Well, Dee, how about if you go ahead, and we just want to hear from you, and also about, right now you've been just such a big leader on our team for so long, but it wasn't always that way. You've overcome so many concepts and blocks and fears, and to grow into the leader who you are today. So can you speak to that, when we're celebrating you?
Sure, I'm happy to. I feel like I kind of keep repeating myself. I've had the opportunity to speak, but it's just true with everything that's been kind of going on with me. But yeah, I was excited to hit integrated national director for the 3rd time in a row. And so once you get to the integrated ranks, you have to actually reach it 3 consecutive months in order to actually get the official title of it. So way back when, I think probably all the way from the beginning, I've always been the type that once I've reached a goal, I want to sustain it. I'm not going to slip backwards, or I'm going to do everything in my power not to slip, whether that's a volume or a level. I just find if you're very, very intentional, the target we're aiming at, we're going to be so much more likely to get to it if we're very, very intentional. So, so once I reach that rank, I just definitely don't want to go backwards. And it's kind of fun, because where I am now it's so much more about now helping not only my clients, but helping coaches. And I'm just getting great joy from that, because when you can help them get to where they want to be, it's even better. You guys all know what it's like to help a client, but it's even more fun when, or just a different kind of fun when you can help another health coach. So I think I put an article out today on Team Palace that was what's getting in your way. I forget exactly what I think it was called If You Were Losing Your Motivation. And I can't say I ever really lose my motivation, but I certainly would say I have been discouraged many times along the road. And in that article, if you have time, I would say go back and read it, because some of the things I think were very clear was it parallels so much with our clients. But if we don't have realistic goals, if we don't celebrate the milestones along the way, so often for a while I set this big goal of like going global. And then, you know, when I'm integrated regional, I'm unhappy with it because I'm not there. But I still need to celebrate where I am. But what I needed to do was I actually had to break down my goals and make them even more specific. And I had to make them time oriented. Just like we talk about with our clients, right? So instead of that, you know, person needs to lose 100 pounds and they just want to lose it at some point, it's like, well, let's break it down, 10 pounds, you know, per month or whatever it is. And so I think that's what was a real primary change and shift for me, was that I just realized I am the driver. I mean, this is possible. I mean, we see it happen. It's possible. I just need to have a clear plan and do the work. And I rely on Susan, my mentor, a lot to help me through the obstacles and challenges.
Yeah, and the changes also came. It's funny because I'm thinking about your, you know, success now. It's like, you know, and Michael Skardassis, you know, introduced you to me. And when I talked to you for the first time, I'm going, oh, you know, you're great. I said, you know, I hadn't known Michael that long, but I go, if you bring me another one like Dee, I'm like, you know, I said, you know, it really, it had me work a little harder. I was so impressed meeting you. And then along the way, you know, everybody has challenges and obstacles. I mean, you know, when we talked, Larry talked about you always knowing that he saw in you something great. And you've always known inside of you that you had some aspirations and goals. And I think just recently I heard you say, you know, the goal that you had, what I see looking in is I see the goal for you to grow as more of an internal goal of who you wanted to be, as opposed to just the rank and the, you know, getting the pin.
Oh, absolutely. I
think that propelled when I started hearing you talk about who you wanted to be, and then the rank it just demonstrates that. Is that right?
Oh, absolutely. It's just a reflection of it. And it's funny because I now see it in so many other parts of my life. And I think there was a time in my life I was real successful in the corporate world and whatever. And then I took time out of that. And through that process, even though I was a mom and doing things well, I think I just lost some of my confidence and my self-esteem and whatnot. So I kind of let these barriers go up in my head. And so I was resistant sometimes to trying new things out of fear of failure, and not just specific to Take Shape for Life, but just in general. I would say now that I reflect, I see this kind of pattern of what I was doing. And what's funny is now I see it so quickly in other people, and I see, I see what's holding them back. I see their unhappiness. And so I find that, like, I was having a conversation with somebody who's kind of stuck in his life and where he is, and what comes out of my mind is it's all about self-growth. It's all about taking chances. If you want to do something, you don't know how, then find out how. You know, ask for help, get a mentor, do some self-study. I mean, anything's possible. So we just have to be willing to take that leap and take that chance.
And it seems like, and sometimes that's the hardest thing, is to ask for help, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
for me.
And I think, and also what we learned at Sundance was that the bigger you get, the more help you need, the more challenges you're going to have. The more success you have, the more challenges you're going to have. And I think just to recognize, that was a big, for me, was that a big for you?
Yeah, absolutely. But I think once you become okay with it, then it gets easier. I mean, it's kind of like parenting. I mean, when my kids were toddlers, I would think, oh my gosh, let me just get through this stage. It'll be so much better when I get to the next stage. And then it would be like a whole new set of problems. And then, but you just kind of grow into it, and then you develop and you reflect back and you see who you've become as a result of it.
That's awesome. And one thing, because you were at Sundance, and I didn't ask you this the last time, but when you were at Sundance, did you see the thing that I noticed, and Nicole, you've been to Sundance too, and Michael, you've been to Sundance. What always inspires me is that the leaders, even Dr. A, goes as a student.
Absolutely. Nobody's done. None of our leaders are finished. I mean, I'm sure there's many of them that they could probably never work another day based on the income they've made, but they want to help because they want to help people like me and you, acquire the success that they've had, and they want to help clients get healthy. I mean, it's like, there's no reason to stop. just keep going. And you only keep going by growing and doing it bigger. And I just love how our organization, I mean, we all know this, I'm preaching to the choir here, but there's no secrets. Nobody's holding anything back. If you need help, I'll give you help. I mean, whatever works to help you and help your clients.
Is there any takeaways that you want to share that would help us? You've got momentum, but again, that didn't come by accident. You were very consistent, steady, consistent.
I mean, I'll just repeat it. I mean, I'm very detail oriented. I mean, I always tell you about, I keep my goals. I mean, it's pretty blank right now because I got a lot of spaces to fill in, but I mean, they're written. I mean, I wrote them on November 1st. They're out, they're in front of me. I want to go on the incentive trip. It's in front of me. It's like everything I do, it's right here so that wherever I am, I'm not going to forget where I'm going. Susan's got it.
I have mine too.
Yeah, but I have to know where I'm going, and I have to, this is my career. It's my job. I mean, it's what I do. So I'm just every day I'm working on it.
Well, I'll tell you, thank you so much for inspiring me and for inspiring so many others. And we really appreciate the service that you give and, just who you are. So thank you so much. And we're excited to see, continued growth and all the other people you're going to touch. Does anyone have any questions for Dee, for Lori, for anybody else on the call? Any questions that Suze? You want to unmute yourself? I'll get you.
Okay, I got it. Sorry. Somewhere I lost it. I have a question for Dee. What got you past that time period when, you look at your business, you feel like you're not growing the way you want to, and you have that discouragement, or you have that moment where you're like, I don't know if I can do this or whatever. What got you to push through that?
That's a great question that I don't know that I have the exact answer to. I will say anytime I felt frustrated or I felt whatever, I did talk it out a lot with Susan, or I would talk to my husband or whatever, help me put things back in perspective. And one thing I used to always have to do was to step back and be grateful for what I did have. Sometimes we even forget the success or what we do have. But I will tell you, it was just, I don't know if it was a convention or a Go Global, but something inside of me, I just looked around and I was like, all right, you know what, like, come on, like, it's happening all around you. There is no reason not to be working this business and giving it everything I have. I may not achieve, who knows what will happen. I mean, I just had to believe it, that it was possible for me. And if I had a skill, an action, or a concept issue, I just needed to work through that.
Did you think about one of the things I do ask people, I think this is what I think for myself around overcoming disappointment. When I decided that this was, I looked at what my other alternatives are, and I'm in a mastermind group with people and that own a printing, they own a marketing company, they're a lawyer, they're a therapist, there's a guy who owns a frame shop. And all of these people, they're how they're going to cover their nut, how they're going to cover their overhead, how they're going to cover, all of these businesses that cost a lot of money. Nicole, her studio, a fitness studio to open everything costs $30,000, $40,000, of investment and. The passion. But I did ask Dee that question once, Susan. I think it's a great question. And I said, well, what would you do? And she actually had a thought about getting a job. Like, I never have that thought. I never let myself look right or left, because if I do, I'll just go down that path. So I just okay, what do I love what I do. I love helping people. I know I can make a difference for people. That's all I think about. I can make a difference for her. I can make a difference for him. And I don't let myself look right or left. You actually looked to the side, and I was surprised, and it was interesting.
Well, I didn't like the view. I'll say that. I mean, when you look left or right and you see, okay, what do I have? So what am I going to do to make the income that I make now, to go work at, and what, I was at a different place then, but go work at JOB. I mean, I would have so much less freedom. And the reality is, I mean, you reach a point in your life, you just realize there's going to be pros and cons with everything. So if I work a corporate job, well, I'm going to be limited, based on my income. I'm going to be limited to what they tell me I'm worth. I'm going to have to sit in a whole lot of meetings I don't want to sit in, and there's going to be just a whole bunch of garbage that I don't want to deal with. So while there's some things that may be related to our businesses that they're not our favorite things to do, or the things that help move us forward, it's just, you're going to have to pick your poison. It's going to be out there somewhere. So, I mean, I would much rather do this where the return is so much greater from a value standpoint, personal job satisfaction, and then the open-ended up potential with it. So I think when I kind of grew up and thought about that, sometimes I think, we want, it's like our kids or whatever, you want to throw in the towel because you think it's going to be easier, but it's not going to be.
Exactly. Great question. Michael, I want you to chime in because you recognized, what did you recognize in Dee? I'm going to unmute you, that, had you talked to her and, I'm sure you love seeing her growth.
Well, Dee, I just knew from the beginning, how much integrity she had, and that was really important to me. And I think it was her work mind and how she really liked to, once she had her mind on doing something, she really wanted to do it. And I guess, what would it be called? Your work attitude, a good work ethic, that was it. And so, definitely I needed someone like that to help me out with my clients at the time, because I had a lot coming on. And so, but Dee just totally outgrew me and really worked hard to get where she was. And I mean, you could just see it coming. She did an awesome job.
Yeah. And I'm thinking there's still more to come too. I'm thinking we might not have seen anything yet. That's just
Yes,
time to set the new goal, I think.
That's it. I'm thinking, I can't wait to see what's inside, and how many lives you're going to impact. So
But I do want to thank Michael, Dr. Skardassis, for asking me. I mean, we knew each other through church. I mean, it was a decision. I mean, he just shared, and I think it just always goes back to that, because honestly, I probably never would have found this on my own. Never would have found it. So, and the fact he brought it to me and be in a position, I respected what his opinion was. So it just, again, reinforces why we need to be reaching out and sharing with people, because you just never know where, who's looking.
That's so true. So true. Well said. All right. Well, listen, we'll turn it in for tonight, and we'll hear from some of our others next week. But thank you all for being on the call tonight, and thank you all for all you do, and facing your fears and growing into the kind of people that are changing the world, and one life at a time. So let's go get America healthy. Good night, everybody.
Good night.